basically out of Gibraltar. So now they're threatening war. The prime minister is. And the Brits, you say what you want, they don't threaten war unless they're ready to go. It's just like Falklands War again. All over EU. Yonkers is threatening to attack everybody. Angela Merkel, EU army poses greatest threat to the world. That's zero hedge. And then now, this is out of Express. EU could break up the U.S. Junker, the jaw-dropping threat last week. And then now they're threatening the UK. German MEP says European army will not happen thanks to Brexit. I mean, the EU says, oh, you want to leave? We'll just march troops in. And then it's some weirdo Nazi air. It's like, what Twilight Zone am I in here?
Well, I think it speaks to the fact that they know they're cornered. They know that is going to be in office. So here within the United States on beating the Russian drum and call it a death throw. I think most of them believe it.
Sort of like zombies.
One thing that I've learned is, I think
this is off the wall. And so is this, and this, and this.
Next time he calls me again, I haven't talked to him in weeks, I'm going to say, please, and I've missed calls, please launch the Fireside Chats. Let's talk about what else, because you were in psychological operations, obviously, and intelligence. From your research, what do? We have the truth. We have the prosperity. We have all these things he's done in just 70 days in. We're like 71 days in. What does he need to do next, and what do we need to do? Because he is surrounded. And folks, this is the battle for everything. Because they're going to go to pure authoritarianism. If they defeat Trump, they're going to go after all of us. Which is fine. I'm just trying to spare everybody. Because I'm not worried about it. I'm tired of playing games with these people.
Rahm Emanuel, the mayor of Chicago, is a disaster. On Friday, Rahm moved forward his plans to implement a Chicago-only ID card specifically for non-citizens that will ensure they can get access to welfare. Part of this plan is also allowing non-citizens to get these IDs from the city without leaving any trace behind at the office to avoid federal interference. But while Rahm was out fighting for the rights of non-citizens, his city is in disarray. So far this year, 700 people have been shot in Chicago. 130 of them have been shot and killed, including 48 children killed in February alone. It's gotten so bad in some areas, Chicago activist Theo Hardiman said, young people in South and West Chicago need to be equipped with helmets and bulletproof vests. But don't tell that to the mayor of non-citizens, Rahm Emanuel. He's busy trying to take care of people from other countries. Chicago, you don't have a mayor. I suggest you try electing one in 2019. For Infowars.com, this is Owen Schroyer.
Leading a frontal assault on the lies of the New World Order, it's Alex Jones.
Don't think God doesn't hear the cries of the children that are being abused. Whether they're autistic from the vaccines or in these rape gangs.
Mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want to stop tyranny? Well, so does he. Live from the Infowars.com studios, it's Alex Jones.
If this feeble attempt to defeat the globalists has been so successful, imagine what happens when you take action. I've got a bunch of breaking news to start the next segment. Our Bilderberg insider on where the elite are, Daniel Estelin, who's in Toronto. He was in Mexico City and Spain. He's in Toronto now coming up. But I want to give our guest, Blake Miles, I hope will come back, former Green Beret and involved, of course, in intelligence and engineering and more, his view on what else we can do. I've been asking a lot of questions. In the 5 minutes we have, what do you want to impart to viewers?
Well, two things that are coming to mind right now. And I reached out to Chain Technologies because that's Wikileaks was when they got shut down by PayPal from getting donations from PayPal. That was one of Bitcoin's original. Bitcoin
has turned out to be absolutely fabulous. I was just scared of it, thinking what regulators would do to me if I got involved, but it's beautiful.
I mean, I'd be happy to advise in whatever way I can. I actually have a debit card where I can send Bitcoin into a wallet, and I can use the debit card.
Sure, it's taken me 5-6 years, but I just don't want to steer my listeners into something I don't want. But now it's totally proven. It's amazing.
It's a complete game changer, and the reason it's a game changer is twofold. The currency in itself can't be controlled, but also the data stores, how the information is transferred and conveyed around the world.
But also just the idea of this breaks the back of the globalists and their money monopoly.
Yeah, because they have no control, or they can't control how much they make, which is great because we all know how fun it is to know that trillions of dollars are printed since whenever. But one of the other things that I found was that Steemit website that I mentioned. What it does is it's censorship resistant in that anybody who posts on there, it basically converts their post into an HTML text document that's small in size, but it distributes it throughout all the nodes and all the people that are running nodes on this. It uses the same blockchain type technology that Bitcoin uses.
That's steemit.com/@ Blake Miles 84.
Yep. And so you can't like attack it. You can't just shut down. You could attack the URL. You could take down the website, but anybody who is running these nodes still has access to all the.
Well, I want to talk to you and other experts because clearly they're moving towards even shutting down Infowars. What do we do to be more redundant? Obviously, be on our email, Infowars.com/newsletter. But we're now moving into that time where we want to defeat their censorship, but we may not, at least in their first wave, if they kill the president and bring in COG. We're going to go dark for a while. It's going to be these underground systems that are going to keep us in contact.
Well, I've thought about that. I think blockchain technology is where the future is going as far as censorship resistance. If you took your shows and actually, so there's two things. There's text-based stuff, but there's also, I mean, it's tough to get video in that sort of a format. But there's
you do transcripts.
Yeah, well, and that's something that I would want to do is like I'd start typing up transcripts.
Well, we're out of time, but Blake, I think we should have a roundtable discussion on air, and we should start a daily broadcast with a roundtable of people that rotate through. So folks are on vacation or on missions or all the things they're doing, where we have like maybe 20 guys and gals that are involved in all this who have like a 3-hour show every day where they rotate through and just debate and cover all these different topics on air to the American people, because this is the battle for the Republic. Blake Miles, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great points. That's why I love getting these guys on. It's a huge brainstorm every time. And people can bitch about the military and bad things. It doesn't matter. At least they're engaged. They're involved. They're not rolling over. They're so alive compared to the general public. And I want the general public to become alive like that. We're not like, oh, look, these guys are alive. Aren't they great? No, we all need to be alive. That's the answer. We're selling a product, DNA Force, that is the very best nutraceutical that we can produce. Dr. Group, you took years for you to develop DNA Force for us.
It's been something that I've been working on for a long time, Alex, because I think it's very, very important. What the aging process is when the cell replicates, we lose a little bit of our telomeres. Telomeres are the little cups on the end of our chromosomes.
And when it runs out, you start dying.
We chose the PQQ because it has over 175 different clinical trials. It's one of the most effective substances in the world. It works like an antioxidant. It works to repair nerve growth factor.
So this is a formula to deliver the maximum amount. It's in powder form.
We have so many 5-star reviews. I take this. This is the product that I take.
Infowarslife.com, and the profit we make, we fight the globals. We fight the New World Order. Secure your DNA force today at Infowarslife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139. The reason Infowars Life has 5-star ratings on major third-party sites is because I want products I'm going to use for my family. I take this. My family takes this. And then it funds the operation with the most hardcore, truthful information you're going to find anywhere. So what you find in our news is the same thing you find in our products at Infowarslife.com.
If I ever forget to take them, like I have a noticeable difference. I don't feel good. The nascent iodine is one of the ones that was life-changing for me.
Yeah, I actually have just run out of my super female. I had a few bottles at my house, and I've been taking it again, hitting the gym once again. Very exciting, feeling great, looking good. So, and I know my hair is luxurious once again. So obviously the super female is amazing. I love it.
Nascent iodine is essential. Survival Shield X2. If there's one product that I would say is life-changing that I would suggest, it's Nascent iodine Survival Shield X2. It's got a 5-star rating.
It's a win-win. Infowarslife.com.
Terrorism has struck again, this time in Russia. While Vladimir Putin was in St. Petersburg for a visit, a nail bomb blew through a train, killing at least 10 people, wounding several others, including children. ISIS has already celebrated the attack, but that didn't stop CNN from politicizing it, saying it was retaliation for Syria. Although this may be CNN showing their hand, yes, it was retaliation for Syria. The fact that Russia will not get behind the globalist regime change desired in Syria to remove Assad from power. Funny CNN would take that angle, as ISIS released a kill list on the internet with names and addresses. And Russia has recently had 9 diplomats killed since Trump's election. One must ask, how can ISIS release a kill list on the internet? And how could people not realize there is a serious terror problem in